Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we have a thought-provoking topic to discuss. Evolution, true or false? Evolution is a concept that has been debated for centuries. And today, we'll delve into some of the main arguments against evolution and provide compelling answers supported by scientific evidence. So, let's jump right into it. Before we dive into the arguments against evolution, let's first understand what evolution actually is. Evolution is the scientific theory that explains the diversity of life on Earth. It suggests that species change over time through a process called natural selection, resulting in the emergence of new species. This theory is supported by an extensive body of scientific evidence from various fields, including paleontology, genetics, and comparative anatomy. Argument No. 1. There are no transitional fossils, so evolution is false. Host. One of the primary arguments against evolution is the claim that there is a lack of transitional fossils that represent intermediate stages between different species. However, this argument overlooks the wealth of transitional fossils discovered to date. For example, the fossil record includes remarkable examples like Archaeopteryx, which exhibits characteristics of both reptiles and birds. These transitional fossils provide clear evidence of species transitioning over time. Argument No. 2. The complexity of living organisms cannot arise by chance. Another common argument is that the complexity of living organisms is too intricate to have evolved by chance. However, evolution is not a random process but rather a result of natural selection acting on variations within a population. Through this process, advantageous traits are favored, leading to gradual changes in organisms over time. Complex structures, such as the human eye, can be explained by a series of small, incremental changes accumulated over millions of years. Argument No. 3. The gaps in the fossil record disprove evolution. Critics often point out gaps in the fossil record as evidence against evolution. While there are still gaps to be filled, the absence of certain fossils does not invalidate the vast array of evidence supporting evolution. It is essential to consider that fossilization is a rare event, and the fossil record is inherently incomplete. However, the existing fossils provide a compelling narrative, showcasing the progression of species and the patterns of diversification over time. Argument No. 4. The complexity of DNA proves the existence of a designer. Some argue that the complexity of DNA is evidence of an intelligent designer rather than a product of evolution. However, DNA's complexity does not discount the possibility of evolutionary processes. In fact, DNA is subject to mutations, which are a driving force for genetic variation. Natural selection acts upon these variations, leading to the evolution of new traits and species. The complexity of DNA is a testament to the power of evolution as a mechanism for diversification. Argument No. 5. Evolution is just a theory, not a fact. The claim that evolution is just a theory, not a fact, is a misunderstanding of how scientific theories are formulated and evaluated. In science, a theory is not something speculative or uncertain. It is a comprehensive explanation based on vast amounts of empirical evidence. Theories are constantly tested, refined, and expanded upon as new evidence emerges. Evolution, as a scientific theory, has withstood rigorous scrutiny and has been supported by a wide range of scientific disciplines, including genetics, paleontology, comparative anatomy, and molecular biology. As we wrap up this discussion on the validity of evolution, it is crucial to recognize that the overwhelming majority of scientists support the theory of evolution. Evolutionary biology has provided valuable insights into understanding the natural world and has been extensively tested and corroborated by scientific research. While it's essential to question and critically analyze scientific theories, it's equally important to base our conclusions on evidence-based reasoning. Remember, the scientific method allows for continuous refinement and expansion of knowledge. Evolution remains a robust and widely accepted theory because it is supported by a wealth of evidence from various scientific disciplines. Thanks for watching.